Hello everybody! Today we would like to talk to you about biodiversity. On the 22nd of May every year, it is Biodiversity Day, International Biodiversity Day. But what does biodiversity mean? Let's see what the EkoSkola Committe have prepared for you. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is basically a fancy word for nature. It was formed by merging together the two words, biological and diversity. It simply means the enormous variety of life on the planet, from the tiniest bacteria to the largest elephant. If it's alive, it's part of biodiversity. Why is biodiversity important? Is it important? Well, yes, it is. Quite simply, without it, we would not be able to survive on Earth. Now that's kind of a big deal. Nature is important. Remember, the choices we make affect others and everything all over the world. But why are we talking about biodiversity? Is it in danger? Even though biodiversity is really important, it has been treated very badly. Since about 50 years ago, populations of the Earth's wildlife have decreased by 60%. Just think about that. 60%. This includes mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians and fish, all types. This is so sad. But why is this happening? Well, the most serious problems are listed below. Let's go through them. Habitat loss. It's when you take away the house, the home of a particular animal or fish, and they don't have anywhere to live. For example, if you cut down a particular kind of tree, there may be a particular kind of insect living in that tree, and he will die. He will not have anywhere to live. Exploitation. Exploitation is when we take more than we need. Do we need to cut down all those trees and build all those buildings? It's good to build buildings, but we have to find a balance. Is it good to take all the space on a beach, for example, and then when the turtles come, they don't have anywhere to lay their eggs? So exploitation is when we take more than we need. Climate change. Climate change, we hear a lot about it on the news. Climate change is when there are really big, drastic changes in the climate. For example, when it rains so much that people and houses and everything drowns. Or when it's so hot that nothing lives, everything is killed. Climate change. Pollution. Pollution. There's air pollution, there is sea pollution, land pollution. Pollution is when we dirty things in a particular way. For example, the sea. By 2050, if we're not careful, there will be more plastic in the sea than fish. I don't think that's good, do you? Invasive species. For example, we want to make a forest, mini forest in Malta, and we bring a kind of tree which doesn't usually grow in Malta, and then suddenly it starts growing and takes over all those trees which are endemic, which means they only grow in Malta. So we have to be careful about the things that we grow and introduce to the island. Population growth. Sometimes there are just too many people living in one place, and that brings all sorts of problems like pollution, air pollution. It brings maybe a lot of garbage everywhere, all sorts of things. So these are the main reasons why our nature, our biodiversity is in danger. Now, World Biodiversity Day is 22nd May, and as we said, everything is important in nature, including those very tiny things called insects. Insects are very important for biodiversity. We have to look after them so that our planet can be healthy. Without insects, life on the planet will not be the same. The EkoSkola Committe decided to take action and build bug hotels. That's right, hotels for bugs. Bug hotels. Let's have a look at what Luigi and Neil are showing you. This is Luigi's bug hotel. We can see him wrapping sticks and leaves in a cardboard thick piece of paper, and then he will roll it up and put it into a cardboard roll. In another picture, he's putting sticks in a cardboard tube and stuffing them well inside. He's also rolling cardboard. As you can see, all these are natural materials, things that we can find made from natural materials, putting them all inside until all these tubes are tied together, and they're going to be hung somewhere outside, not inside. I'm sure your parents and your guardians would not appreciate having bug hotels inside the house. So we make them and we put them in a safe and sheltered place, maybe a little shady as well, outside, somewhere outside. So that, well, they'll be too small for us to live in, but I'm sure they'll make beautiful homes, a beautiful hotel room for several other bugs.
Today, I am going to make a bug hotel. What you need is bamboo, dry leaves, pine cones, string, cane, cardboard tubes, and cardboard paper. Then get your bamboo and cut it into small pieces. And then slide them into cardboard tubes. Or else you can also roll up the cardboard paper in a stick or a pencil. And then you take the stick out and put it in the tubes. Then tie all the tubes with string and then fill the tubes with dry leaves. Finally, add some pine cones and then put it near a pot.
Bug hotels. They can come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. Luigi's and Neil's were not the same, but they made beautiful hotel rooms for different bugs. Remember that you make your bug hotel from simple natural materials. So Neil and Luigi are part of the solution. Are you going to be as well? Build your own bug hotel. Hang somewhere outside in the shade. Take a photo and email with your full name and class to the EkoSkola Committe, arcamilleri@staloysius.edu.mt. We look forward to receiving photos of all these different lovely kinds of bug hotels. Thank you for being part of the solution and for taking care of our planet, our common home.